Hello, everyone. Hi, guys. Oh, I'm stuck. How's everybody doing this fine Sunday afternoon? It's a beautiful day here in New York, y'all. I'm getting ready to go out and buy hair. And y'all, somebody wants me to join their fan club. I don't know how to see who that is. I'm really sorry. Hi. Good morning. Um, yeah, I'm getting ready to buy some hair, and I'm terrified. Like, my heart is racing at the thought of buying this hair. That's how bad it is. So for some reason, I feel like I need people to understand me. And no one in my real life understands me because nobody in my real life is from planet alopecia like I am. So y'all don't get it. Y'all don't understand it. But honestly, my heart is pounding. I'm terrified. So I just called this human hair place that has been open in my area. Probably it's like 20 minutes from my house, and it's been open now for years. But I've never gone in because I don't wear human hair wigs anymore, right? So I didn't want to bother with it. But I'm terrified, y'all. And I'm going to explain to you why I'm so scared. And I know this sounds irrational, but stay with me, all right? I am a wig shop-a-holic in recovery. And what that means is that when I finally realized that I had this wig spending habit, I, at that time, was spending probably $1,200 a month on wigs. Does that sound crazy? Let me just say this. If that does not sound crazy to you, $1,200 a month on wigs, then I hope that you are wealthy, or I hope that you know that you have a problem. Because $1,200 a month on wigs, if you're not wealthy, is insane. And that's where I was at when it finally occurred to me that I had this problem, right? This was going back probably like 3 or 4 years ago. It was like right after COVID or something like that, like during COVID or right after COVID or something like that. I sat down, I finally made the decision to look at my money when it comes to wigs, because that's something I didn't do. I've always had this mantra throughout my life, ever since I lost my hair, that if anybody deserves to spend any kind of money on hair, it's me. Like, I just felt like I had this right to just go ham spending money on wigs. And for that reason, it didn't matter. If somebody said the wig cost $3,000, $6,000, I didn't care. I didn't care. As long as it was beautiful and I felt like it was going to make me happy, I did it. Because at that point in my life, why am I about to cry? Oh my God. At that point in my life, all that really mattered was just getting through. You know what I'm saying? I was working a lot. I had my kids, there was a time I was raising like 5 kids, y'all. So it was just a lot. It was just a lot going on, and I really, really just needed some peace. And I found the peace in the hair, right? So, like I said, I was up to like $1,200 a month, and then I finally said to myself, okay, this is ridiculous. I gotta finally look at the money and stop pretending that this is not potentially going to be a detriment to me, right? So I looked at the money and I was like, oh shit, I'm spending $1,200 per month on hair. So I made this drastic decision to stop what I was doing. I was no longer fishing for new fancy hairstyles. I was going to find one wig and I was going to settle with that one wig, and that's going to be the wig that I've purchased over and over again. So I went back to the first wig I had ever, how should I say this? The first high quality synthetic wig that I had ever purchased was from John Renault. And that was when I was like probably 19 years old. And I went back because those are good quality wigs, y'all. Those are really good quality wigs. They are synthetic wigs, but you can count on them. If you wear wigs, I don't know if you understand what it means to be able to count on a wig. But if you wear wigs each and every day, like I do, then you probably know what it means to need to count on a wig, right? So I could count on these wigs. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go back to my John Renault wig. Stop trying to find, the best human hair Remy wig. Stop trying to, the best 10A quality wig. None of this business anymore. And just go back to square one, get a John Renault wig and make it mine, right? So that's what I did. I've been for the past 3 years wearing the same John Renault wig, the Zara wig by John Renault. And it's been good. It's been good until it's no longer good because it's stale now, right? Like I get the same wig every month. It costs me someplace between $200 and $240 per month. And I like that price point. I'm no longer going crazy trying to find the best hair or scouring. Like I spent hours scouring the internet and driving to different destinations in Brooklyn and Queens and Manhattan. Sometimes I would drive to Jersey, all these places just to get the perfect wig. It was literally like getting a fix, y'all. I'm not an addict, so I don't know what it is to be an addict, but I've heard these terms like chasing a fix. So in that sense, I was kind of like an addict. I was a wig shop-a-holic. I would drive distances. I would actually take special trips. I would tell myself that they were just to like for vacation, but really, like I would take special trips to Atlanta and Florida so that I could go to those really large beauty supply stores where they'd have so I could buy wigs. It was out of control. It absorbed so much of my time. And a lot of times the wigs didn't stand the test of time. And I would toss them in the trash, or I would spend a lot of time styling them or going to places to buy. It was just so much. It was just so much I was doing. And for some reason, I was enjoying it. But now that I've stopped, now that I've slowed down and made peace with this one wig for $230 a month, I can't imagine myself going back to trying to find a new hairstyle. So that leads me today. Here I am. I'm sick and tired of the Zara wig, y'all. I'm sick of it. I've worn it for 3 years straight. It's over. It's time for me to change the hairstyle. And I feel myself about to go back into that frenzy of spending. Because if y'all know anything about wigs, you can really buy a wig, spend a lot of money on it, and have it just like shits on you. I'm telling you, these wigs, they look so pretty from day one. And then by day 3, they're a hot ass mess. And that's the issue. And the fact that I need the wigs, like I can't just be like, oh, I'm just gonna, stop wearing the wig and get a twist out. I'm not twisting nothing out, y'all. I'm not twisting nothing out. So, and don't get in the comments talking about, oh girl, just don't wear your wig. Y'all love to say that shit. You don't wear your wig. How about that? Oh, I'm sorry. You guys are. Sire says, what the F is this? So Sire decides he or she is going to come on a random YouTube channel, right? When there's literally millions, and look at somebody and say, what the F is this? Sire, my dear, you can just go to another channel. Just don't hang out here. This is not the place for you. You're not in the headspace. You're not smart enough. You don't have the emotional intelligence. You don't have the scientific intelligence. I couldn't even explain it to you because you're probably not even smart enough to even understand the explanation. So we're going to stop there, okay? Scott says, damn, what is alopecia or cancer? Oh, okay. So Scott says, what is it? Is it alopecia or cancer? It is alopecia. I have alopecia universalis. I'm your big bald-headed sister, y'all. Action Jacqueline. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've been living with alopecia universalis since I was 12 years old. Shoes suck. Shoe suck. Shoe suck says, you're beautiful. Thank you, Shoe suck. Miguel Diaz says, I like you. You so beautiful. Thank you, Miguel. Oh, I like you too. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I'm getting ready to go to this place. Oh, okay. So let me go back. I'm sorry. And if I'm missing anything here on TikTok, I'm really sorry. It's just really hard to see this little screen. I'm recording from 2 different places. So I don't mean to intentionally ignore anyone who may or may not be commenting. But yeah, I can't see anything. I can't see that. The only way I can see it is if, like, when we log off, then all of a sudden I can see all your messages. I'm sorry about that, y'all. So anyway, I have been like, over the past like month or 2, I have been like calling around these different places and looking at reviews and trying to figure out where I'm going to find this wig at, right? But the reviews are so sketchy. They're so bad. And then I found this place that's literally like 25 minutes from my house. And the reviews are so good. They talk about this person, the owner of this store. It's like a human hair outlet, right? And they're like, oh, I'll always go back to this person. They're so good. They're so good. And it's been around for a while. So I called them today. And let me tell you how this conversation went. This guy sold me. This guy sold me. Joel Smith says, "Can I get your number?" I can't give you my number, Joel. I'm married. But thank you so much for asking. If you wanna find a nice bald girl, just hang out here on this channel. There's plenty. um, I called the store today, and let me tell you how this guy was so good. He sold me immediately. I just love an honest person. I don't even know if he's honest or not. I really don't know. I'm really terrified. So I called and I'm like, okay, I'm in the market for a blonde wig, right? And he's like, something about the website told me that they don't really specialize in wigs. They specialize in Q and hair bundles and things like that, right? So I told him I was in the market for this blonde wig. And he's like, okay, we have a couple of blonde wigs, but I have to be honest with you. This is what he says, like on the phone. He's like, but I have to be honest with you. And I'm like, oh, go ahead and be honest with me. We love honesty, right? So he says, the hair quality is fantastic, but they're closure wigs. They're not lace wigs. If you're looking for a lace wig, we don't have any. Not in blonde anyway. And then he goes on to tell me, because I'm not able to find high quality blonde wigs with lace on them. And I'm like, this man just told me all this on the phone. I'm sold. I'm going there right now. I'm just worried that it's going to become a project, because it's a closure wig. So I'm like, okay, I remember back in the day when I used to make wigs, I would get a closure wig and then I would sew in a frontal. So I'm like, okay, do you have frontals? And he's like, yeah, I have frontals. He said, they're probably not the best quality. I'm like, that's fine. Because I can remove and, take out and remove a frontal. I can do that over and over again. But I feel myself getting back into this whole frenzy, and it's making me really nervous. I don't want to bring y'all with me, but I know a lot of these stores don't like you to carry your camera into their store. Not just that, I don't have like a kind camera. I would need those glasses walking around with a shaking camera. And I just need help. I need somebody to hold my hand, because I feel like like a recovering alcoholic who's being forced to go to the bar and have dinner. Like, I'm terrified. I can't even explain it. It's so strange. Oh my God, let me just get my face together, y'all. I need to finish putting on these eyebrows because I know right now they look crazy. So I've already applied this Palmade over my tattoo brows that I got when I was 18 years old. Worst decision ever, by the way, y'all. Don't ever get your eyebrows tattooed. I don't know. I know they have nowadays they do the what do you call it again? The other kind of tattoo, whatever you call it, that they do for brows. Somebody in the comments, maybe you can tell me. Whipping Whips says, you look like the sister twins. You're beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I love the sister twins. I like Tia. That's my favorite girl. I love it. Tamara's great too, but for some reason I have a particular love for Tia. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I already put on my Palmade over these. Look, I can't breathe because I'm so terrified. I'm sweating. Y'all, I'm sweating. I really feel like a recovering addict walking into like a drug deal or something. So when I was in Thailand, I bought a perfume from Hermes, and they gave me this lipstick sampler. So I like this color a lot, but for some reason, I don't know, maybe Hermes lipstick is not the best. Let's see. So the Hermes perfume I got was the Twilly, and it was really expensive. It was like $350 or something like that. I think it was like $350. Expensive, but I'm sharing it with my husband because it's like a I was gonna say bisexual. Not unisex, not bisexual. Bisexual perfume. It's a unisex kind of scent. So I'm like, okay. So I convinced my husband. I'm like, let's get it and we can share the bottle. And he's like, okay, we'll share the bottle. So we got that, and they gave me like a bunch of samples. So that's why. But yeah, when you guys go to Thailand, make sure you do the shopping. Shopping in Thailand is great. The perfume I got was the most expensive thing that I got. Everything else was super cheap. Like I got, look at this bag I got, y'all. I got a Lady Dior bag. Oh, look at the quality on this. And everybody was buying these bags, right? Everybody who I went on this trip with was buying all of these knockoff bags. I'm not into knockoff bags really because a few years back, I remember somebody was tooting about this knockoff store and how I should need to try their fantastic quality items. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. So I tried it and the damn thing broke on me. Like the shoe and the bag broke on me in the same day while I was out in the street. So I was like, I'll never do that again. But the quality of the items at this store, y'all, like when I walked inside the store, I could smell the leather. Y'all know what that feels like when you could smell the leather? The leather was so strong and so good. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm actually buying something. Because I'm not about, like I used to really be into, that's another thing, into like designer high-end bags. But once they started like increasing the prices to like $4,000 for a bag, like I think right now the Lady Dior bag is selling for $6,000. This is the Lady Dior. And I got it for like $300. I can smell the leather for where I'm at. Like it's such a good quality bag. And I don't like knockoffs. I don't. I would much rather go to Dior and get a, original bag. But at $6,000, I don't think they want mine. I don't think they want my business. What do y'all think? Am I wrong about that? Okay, so let me finish with this. What am I doing? I'm terrified, y'all. Hold on, I need to stand up. Okay. I need to do like some breathing exercises or something because for some reason I'm really nervous about going into the store. I feel like I'm embarking on a project that is potentially a huge waste of time. I'm not gonna lie. But I really, really, really want some new hair. I was saying last night on my live that I would love to get like a braided wig. Y'all see these braided wigs lately, right? They're so pretty. And I love braids. I think braids are gorgeous. And a few years back, I bought a braided wig, but it was such a fail that I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing this again. It was like such a bad wig and it was super heavy. So it always felt like it was going to fly off of my head. So that was another reason why I was like, I'm not going to ever do this. I remember having to move really gingerly because I always felt like it was going to like slip off my head. But now, I don't know, they're making them so many of them and everybody seems to be wearing them. So I'm like, maybe they're good. But the only way you could know that is if you order it. Like you can't just walk into a store and try it on. So it's so hard nowadays. I'm scared. I'm about to just forget it. Yeah, I'm going to talk myself out of it and just keep wearing my Zara wig. I'm going to die. I'm going to be buried in my Zara wig, y'all. I'm going to be 80 years old, 90 years old, in the hospital bed, still wearing my Zara wig because I'm too scared to try something else. I don't want to get back into my $1,200 per month wig habit. And this is how it starts, y'all. It starts with an idea. It starts with this idea that you're going to get something great, and then you don't. And then you keep chasing after greatness, and you never find it. And then next thing you know, you're $1,200 in the hole. Has anyone ever experienced that? Oh, God. If I had a stethoscope that I could like put to my chest and like hold it to the camera, y'all would be like, yo, girl, chill out. You are freaking out. And yes, I am. God. I can't even. I need to exercise. All right. Okay, so I have my Black Radiance liner that I'm going to use to put some little brush strokes in my eye, in my brow. Oh, if you guys were wondering what I was just doing with that lash glue, I was sealing in my brows. So I use this and I go over it and it seals in the color. It's just the duo lash glue with the brush. It's the best thing in the world. So you don't have to worry about your brows wiping off on you in the middle of the day. Ever since I figured this out, like life has gotten so much easier. I used to have problems like just going to stores and trying on shirts because I would have to like be so careful not to wipe off my brows. Now they never come off. Just one little layer of this stuff, y'all, and you're good. I'll show you how to do it again in a second. Let me just get this the second step of my brows done. Okay, so that was the Black Radiance in black. And then I'm going to go over that with my Hyper Easy by Maybelline. And I have this in color something brown. Oh, brown. It's called brown. That's the color. So that's how I do my brows every day. I would love to be able to wear those, they have the press-on brows now that are actual hairs. But since I have the brows already, they have to stay in the same, there's in the same outline, in the same frame, and they don't. So I can't wear those. So just another reason why I don't recommend ever getting your brows tattooed. So out of sorts today, y'all. Okay, so now you've seen me do that. That one looks a little too brown, so I think I'll go over it with something like. So now I have this NYX pencil in brown. It's in graham cracker. That's the name of the color. And what I like about it is it's not very pigmented. So when you start noticing that your brow looks heavy in certain areas, you could just kind of smooth it out with these. I'm not going to spend too much more time on that. Oh, this, by the way, this little pendant here, little pendant is over 60 years old. Am I wrong about that? I think it's about 60 years old. My dad brought it with him from Guyana. He's Guyanese. And then he, somehow it ended up here with me. He gave it to me. All right. Yo, I'm freaking out. Okay, let me put lashes on. I'll put lashes on. Somebody give me advice in the comments, please. Tell me to calm down. Tell me why it's okay to calm down and why it's okay to spend money on a different wig besides my Zara wig. I'm having such a hard time with this. I'm going to show y'all my Zara wig in case you haven't seen it yet. Because it really is a nice wig. It's just, it's past its expiration date for me. These are just my lashes, y'all. So I wear, I'll show you the brand that I wear. This is a brand that I wear, and I get them from Amazon. It's called Saligli. And I get they have a lot of different like flavors and lengths. And the ones I get, I can't even make this out anymore. It's Wispy Eyelashes F. Oh, short lash. The short lash. I'll show you what that looks like. And then I sit it after I take them off at night. I sit them in this little bowl. And in the morning, right before I start doing my makeup, I spray a little glue remover on it, the C22 glue remover, and I let it sit in it for a time. This is just another pair. And 10 minutes later, the glue comes right off. You guys are really quiet in the comments. Are you saying anything? I don't know really how to. For some reason, I used to be able to go on TikTok and see all the messages, but now I can't. So it makes it really difficult. And then when I log off, suddenly I can see all the messages, but it's too late to respond. So just make sure that you're following my page, y'all. And then you could leave whatever comments and messages. You could DM me, all that other stuff. And I'll respond then. and it's getting late, so I have to hurry back here and have dinner on the table. I'm so glad this place is only 20 minutes away, and I really like that guy. He seemed so genuine, so I really want to believe that when he says that this is good quality here, that he's about his business, right? Like, he's not lying to me. Because I've been told that many times, and I come back and I end up with some wig that is a piece of shit. And you'll never know, because when they sell you the wig, they fix it up real nice. They load it up with silicone and they wash it and it smells really good. And, for that moment it looks great. And then after you've worn it a couple days, you realize it was a hoax. It was a hoax. You just spent like $3, $4, $6, $1,200 on a hoax. I will say that John Renault sells human hair wigs, right? They sell human hair wigs. And for those of you who wear natural black hair, you're not going to really understand this, because natural black hair, you can get those wigs for $300, $200 all the time, and they're usually really good quality. The special thing about hair that's bleached or light colored is that it requires processing. And in that processing, while it's being processed, oftentimes they damage it. And when I say oftentimes, I'm gonna go ahead and just assume from my experience that 50% of the times they damage it. So when you buy a wig, if you buy a wig online, no matter where you get it from too, if like my favorite company back when I used to wear human hair wigs, to order human hair wigs from, was either John Renault, which was very expensive. Their human hair wigs start at $3,000. But they're good quality, and they're pretty much almost guaranteed, right, to be good quality. The other one, which was much less expensive, was Hair Vivi. I like their products, but when I started to go blonde, I noticed that half the time I ordered a wig, it would be good. The other half of the time, it would be bad. So it's like a 50-50 gamble what you're getting. And you don't know that it's not a good quality wig until you've worn it a couple times. And by that time, guess what you can't do? You can't return it, right? So you're stuck with this wig that you probably spent like $400 to $600 on. And all you have left is some conditioner and some shampoo and a dream that one day you're going to figure out how to make this wig right. And half the time you really can't get it right. So you end up buying another wig, right? And that's it. That's how I became a Wig Shop-A-Holic, y'all. That's how I did it. Ugh. Look, I'm shaking. That's how nervous I am about today. And you know what's worse? Y'all know I'm a stay-at-home wife now, right? So if this wig doesn't work out, right? If this wig does not work out and I have to buy another one, then not only do I have to buy another one, but I have to explain to my husband why I'm spending a next $600. That's the part. Like, you're not just messing up in the privacy of your own space. I'm messing up, and I have to explain it to somebody. Like, oh yeah, I know I just spent $600 on a wig, but it was no good, so now I have to spend another $600 on a wig. Y'all, I'm talking myself out of it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna keep wearing my Zara wig. Maybe I'll just order another Zara wig in a different color. In a different color. What do y'all say about that? Is that a good idea? Okay, so I don't know if you guys caught my live last night, but I talked about the fact that I just learned that people with alopecia, I'm really doing a bad job on my lashes today, y'all. Like a really bad job. What's going on? Because I'm shaking. I'm so nervous. People with alopecia are at increased risk of developing cardiovascular disease. Did y'all know that? That was in the paper yesterday. Do y'all want me to read it to you or not? Go look it up yourselves, because I don't want to talk about the bad news. But the thing about it is, if we are, it's hard enough having alopecia universalis or alopecia at all. So you really do have to prioritize your mental health. And if we're going to be at risk for developing things like heart disease, we definitely have to prioritize like peace, right? Prioritizing peace. One thing I really liked about just wearing the same wig over and over again for the past 3 years was knowing exactly what I'm getting each and every month. So every month I would buy a new Zara wig. This is her right here. This is the Zara wig, and I'm wearing her. I'm going to put her on and show you. This is probably day 15. I've worn her for about 15, maybe 20 days, right? It's a synthetic, high-end synthetic piece. And I know that I can get a quality and good 30 days out of these wigs. I don't try to get much more time out of it because I know what to expect after 30 days. It starts to get very limp and it starts to feel uninviting. Like you touch it and it just feels rigid and coarse, and it just makes you feel sad. And it does stick up. It starts to stick up after time. And like I said, this is probably day 15 or 20. I lost count because I was away, and that trip was a lot, yo. That trip was a lot. But I lost count. And you know what? I forgot to glue it down. I'm going to glue it down with my Got to Be glue. Where is my Got to Be glue? I'm freaking out. I lost my gel. It's probably in my bedroom. Here it is. Here it is. This is it. Got to be glue. This stuff holds it down really well. Usually, in the summertime, I like to swim. So when I'm swimming, I will use a non-water soluble glue, like my crazy hold glue. I don't think I have it with me right now, but there's another glue and I'll show it to you. I talked about it in other videos. You want to search around my page to find that one, you can. It's just basically called Swimming in Wigs. But while I was away this time, I was so busy that I didn't have time to do that. And I was managing to swim. Of course, I wasn't like doing water acrobatics like I would when I'm wearing my crazy hold glue, but I was managing to swim with my Got to Be glue. I wouldn't recommend it to a novice, like somebody who's not used to swimming in wigs. Don't try what I did, but I was swimming around, like I was puttering around in the water, and my hair was deep in the water, and it wasn't coming off. I wouldn't recommend it, but I just wanted to let you know that if it comes down to it, and somebody's like, "Get in the water, it's great," and you're like, "No, I don't want to jump in," because you don't want your wig to fall off. If you're just like puttering around and doggy paddling around, it's fine. It's fine. Just don't be doing no water acrobatics, and don't, chill out. Make sure nobody's roughhousing in the water. As long as nobody's roughhousing in the water, you. And if you're in your 20s or your teens, don't do it. Just go get your crazy glue, because somebody in that pool is going to want to toss you. So don't get into that one. All right. So this is, and look, she's getting a little bald there. This is the Zara wig by John Renault that I've been wearing forever. It's time to change her. So I'm going to go see if I can get myself another wig. I will let you guys know how this plays out. Wish me luck, and wish me that I do not become a Wig Shop-A-Holic again based on this experience here today. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you very much, and I'll see you again soon.